Hey guys, how are we doing? I don't know whether I want to address this or not. It's just funny to me. Was it the top 5? Let me have a look. Let me have a look here. A few of you have been leaving comments on one of my past reactions to Swakage's video, and what was it? The 5 Naruto characters that could have been Kage. And there was a joke made by Seth the Programmer in it, and I apparently didn't see it as a joke and then just like shrug it off. When I watched it back and I do a little bit of a smirk and carry on because I'm trying to listen to what they're saying, I totally got that he was joking. But anyway, I didn't really need to address it. Just thought it was amusing, because as soon as it's like, if it's just one person it's fine, and then it's 2 it's okay still, but then it's just like, come on guys, like I got that it was a joke. Anyway, that's not the video we're reacting to today. I am in Spain at the moment, as in like not me recording, but when this is up. So I really hope I've managed to get all the videos up. I apologise if there's been any kind of like day without a video or not, but literally this is like 2 days before I go away. I'm just trying to record like what? Let's have a look. 2, 4, 6, 14 videos and have them exported and scheduled. Right, that's enough rambling. Let's get into this. This is explaining the strength of 100 seal, which I thought would be cool because we did the 8 gates with Sakura, and she has this, so get an explanation on top of that of the 100 seal. That'd be cool. So let's do this. This is explaining the strength of 100 seal.
Yo, how's it going, everybody? Swakage here, and welcome to today's video. We're going to be jumping back into the bottomless ocean that is Naruto's lore. So today I'm going to be discussing something that I've actually been meaning to make a video about for like a year, something like that.
Whoops.
Now, I never really got around to it, and I guess I just sort of dropped it. Anyway, you already know this. You've seen the title in the thumbnail. We're going to be talking about the strength of 100 seal, that little diamond-shaped thing that pops up on the forehead of both Tsunade and Sakura. Everybody knows what it is. It's a pretty iconic aspect of the series. But I can imagine that at least a few of you don't remember everything about it, and don't worry, I can't blame you for that. Kishimoto never really explains everything about it at once. You're just sort of gradually fed information about this thing over the course of the series. Since Kishimoto has a tendency to expand upon concepts he's previously established,
he does.
Seriously, this is something he does a lot. There's a lot more to this thing than meets the eye. So the basic idea is, after identifying how much chakra they typically tend to use in given situations, a person will begin to store any excess chakra that they feel they don't need into a certain spot on their body. Now, I think it's safe to assume that this thing will always appear on its user's forehead. That's how it worked for both Tsunade and Sakura, but there's nothing in the series that explicitly states that. So I guess theoretically you might be able to store the chakra in your stomach or something, but that's on your not chest really relevant. Or something. Anyway, as you've no doubt gathered by now, this chakra is stored in a diamond-shaped seal, though this seal doesn't appear to physically manifest until a person has built up enough chakra. Sakura explains that it took her 3 years to build up the chakra necessary for this thing to show up, so needless to say, it's not a very easy task to complete. Shizune also goes on to say that not even she has the chakra control necessary to pull this off, which is also something worth discussing. So you've got to be able to control your chakra. According to the second data book, this thing is considered the pinnacle of chakra control, and I mean, that makes sense. I don't think I really need to explain why. You'd sort of assume that constantly, perpetually feeding chakra into this one spot on your body, even while you're sleeping, I presume that might not be something that actually happens. I mean, I guess. I mean, regardless, it's not easy. Like I said, I don't think I need to explain why. So as such, it's obviously an S-rank jutsu, and it's not one that many people are capable of using. Actually, Tsunade is the one who invented it, and before she started training Sakura, she was the only person who could use it. Now the two of them are the only people who can use this seal. So to call it rare would be a massive understatement. The main purpose that this seal serves after it's been completed is, well, it's pretty obvious. It gives the person a lot more chakra to draw from, and this works really well with the training and skill with chakra control necessary to use it in the first place. See, the fact that the user's already established a really solid chakra control by the time this thing shows up, they're able to make use of all of this extra chakra that they now have access to very efficiently. I imagine to be able to achieve a feat as ridiculous as creating this seal in the first place, you've got to be really good at figuring out how to accomplish certain tasks without wasting any of your chakra. If you give the person in question a much larger chakra reserve, obviously they're going to be able to pull off some pretty crazy shit. In the case of both of this technique's only users, they use chakra to amplify all of their physical attacks.
Yeah,
so
like,
with this seal
so
in place,
powerful.
well, I mean, Sakura went from being able to do some pretty impressive damage to the environment to being able to nuke everything in sight with the power of her fists. Like, Naruto had just gotten through fighting six-tailed beasts and Obito at the same time. He saw Sakura punch the ground once, and he shit himself.
Yeah,
right
like,
there
whoa.
on panel, you can see him utterly terrified of Sakura's strength. So it's a pretty big deal. Now, of course, physical amps aren't the only thing.
Obviously,
that you can use
like,
all of this
you got to think
extra
about it as well.
chakra
Maybe it
for.
was for
I
comedic
imagine
effect,
you
but
could use it for anything you wanted. I mean, Tsunade even uses the chakra from the seal to sustain an eternal transformation jutsu that gives her a youthful appearance, despite the fact that she's like 50 years old. So I mean, really, it's just like an extra stash of chakra that you can draw from whenever
pretty
you want.
handy,
There are
right?
no real limits to it, aside from the fact that you can run out of it just like you can your regular chakra. The seal can be used for other things, by the way. There are a handful of different ways that it can be applied, and the first of these is, apparently it's tied to Katsuyu somehow. This isn't explained in depth. There's actually only one fucking sentence about it in the whole manga, and that is Katsuyu saying, "I can only use my power in response to the strength of Lady Tsunade's 100 healings." Sakura also gains the ability to summon Katsuyu after her seal manifests, so that's probably relevant, but there isn't anything really said about it, so I can't offer any insight into it. Now, by releasing large quantities of the chakra stored within the seal and pumping it back into the body, a technique known as yin seal release, a person can access the creation rebirth jutsu. This can be done to varying degrees, either by using only some of the chakra stored in the seal, a lot of the chakra stored in the seal, or all of the chakra stored in the seal. So let's talk about what creation rebirth does first. It's basically regeneration. It has its limits, of course, but it allows a person to speed up the cellular division that naturally goes on in the body, which in turn speeds up the body's natural healing process. This comes at the cost of, obviously, the chakra used, as well as the shortening of the user's lifespan, but it definitely gets the job done. Tsunade claims that while this jutsu is active, she's pretty much immortal, so I mean, do with that information what you will. As a side note, use of creation rebirth causes the seal on the user's forehead to disperse into this pattern of black markings that spread all around the user's face, but as long as they still have any leftover chakra after the jutsu is used, it appears that they're able to use it to remake the seal, as seen when Tsunade did this at the end of the three-way deadlock. Now, there's a beefed-up version of Creation Rebirth called Creation Rebirth Strength of 100 technique that causes these markings to stretch across the user's entire body as opposed to just their face, and it tests the effects of Creation Rebirth on that user's body, so they'll automatically heal themselves from any injuries without having to weave any hand signs. And I'd also imagine that having all of the chakra
not having to worry about
like seal pumped through your body
focusing on healing,
in
it
such a
just
short
does
amount
it.
of time also provides some sort of strength increase as well, though that's just conjecture on my part. It also appears to be possible to use the jutsu on other people. Sakura managed to extend the markings from her body to Obito's body temporarily. Now, all this did was give him access to all of the extra chakra that Sakura was drawing from. I don't think it put him in the auto-regen state that she was in. He still seemed pretty winded afterwards. Anyway, I think that covers just about every aspect of the jutsu. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, of course. I'll definitely make sure to leave a comment.
Oh yeah, because we're not really given much more examples of it being
But
used.
like I said, I'm pretty sure I got everything. Now, before you go, just hold on for a second. Today's video is sponsored by Verve, and if you like watching anime and you want to be able to do it for free, just stick around for a second. So, Verve is a congregate app that hosts a whole bunch of different content platforms like Machinima, RipTrax, Rooster Teeth, and my two personal favorites, Crunchyroll and Funimation, all in one app. So for like the three of you who haven't heard of the last two, Crunchyroll and Funimation are these two anime streaming apps. And across the two of them, you can watch pretty much any anime you can think of, either subbed on Crunchyroll or dubbed on Funimation. This includes Hunter x Hunter, Dragon Ball Super, Naruto, Boruto, Death Note, all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series,
I watched all of Hunter x Hunter on
Cowboy
Crunchyroll.
Bebop, Mirai Nikki. Like I said, practically
I'm trying to
any
watch
anime you can think
Boruto.
of,
It's very
and
difficult
if you
at the
click the link in
moment.
the
I'm
description,
hoping it gets
you'll get
better.
a free ad-free 30-day trial of Verve Premium, and you'll be able to watch all of these in addition to everything else that
That time I got
Verve has
reincarnated as a slime. It's on there.
completely free of
Check it out.
charge with no ads. The best part about
Goblin
Verve
Slayer.
is you can watch everything
It's
on it
good.
without an internet connection.
Run with
It's
the Wind.
seriously really cool. You find yourself somewhere without cell service, feel like watching some Naruto, you can just pull out your phone and bam, Verve's got you covered. So once again, link in the description, 30 free days. You'll be doing both you
even
and
is
me a
Machinima
favor, I
anymore?
promise. But yeah, that's enough from me. Till my next video, I'll talk to you guys later. Swaikage out. Bye.
Okay, and music outro. Yay! Be honest, I feel a bit silly for mentioning the thing I did at the start, but I just like I don't like arguing with people in the comments section because I just feel like it's unnecessary. Like, I got the joke. That was a good video though, because like he's saying, there isn't many examples of the seal being used, so it's quite difficult to actually go really in depth with it. But I think he was very on point with that. Like, the healing thing's cool. But yeah, to be able to control, like, it took what, 3 years to get all that there. So that's some time, and that's some chakra control. And it's pretty cool having like extra chakra. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys, all of you guys, next time. Bye.